Good morning, friends. Today we are going to talk about the Rat King exotic sidearm. I'll talk about where you can get it, what it does. So let's start and take a look at it. It's a pretty cool looking sidearm. It's got some neat rats along the side and a pretty sweet perk set. It's got Rat Pack, which allows it to become stronger when nearby allies also have it equipped. Small bore, dual strength barrel. With this will increase your range and your stability. It has a tactical mag, a vermin trait, which is probably the coolest part. When you reload after a kill, it grants a brief period, couple seconds of invisibility, and then lastly it has smooth grip. Taking all that into account, how do you get this thing? Well, you have to beat the game. You have to be at level 20. By game I mean the main storyline, and then that'll unlock the Enemy of My Enemy quest on Titan. Complete that and you will have access to a set of riddles. You have to solve those riddles, but in short, you and another member of a fire team, at least one, have to complete a couple patrols, a couple public events, a couple rounds in the Crucible, and then the toughest part is the Nightfall, which you have to beat with at least 5 seconds still on the clock. Once you do that, you will unlock this little gem. PvP is pretty subjective, so we're not really going to get into that. I've had a little bit of success with it in there, but I don't typically use sidearms or hand cannons in PvP in general. So just regarding PvE, it has a moderate impact, mediocre range, but it has really good stability, really good reload speed, handles pretty well as well, has a 15-round magazine. You can see here after a kill, you just hit the reload button, and even before it finishes reloading, you will turn invisible for a second or two, which is really cool. We also have the ability with the rate of fire and the magazine size on this to unload clips into larger enemies. It's pretty fun to play with. I like this a lot. It's fun to get into a group with multiples, see that damage modifier really kick in. Overall, it's just a pretty cool gun. It's got a lot of novelty factor, but I don't find it to be all that useful by itself, especially if you're flying solo. I think the most fun about this gun is actually getting it. The Nightfall kind of forces you to work together a little bit more than you might normally, and if you don't just look up on Google how to solve the riddles, taking the time to actually solve the riddles can be a little bit of fun as well. So that's pretty much about it in a nutshell. It's a fun little gun. It's not going to take the place of something like Last Hope in PvP, and it's not anything too spectacular in PvE, but it is fun. So if you just are looking for a fun gun with a little bit of novelty to putz around with, especially if you're not a hunter and used to having invisibility anyway, it can be really cool. And if you can get a fire team with multiples, I mean, go nuts, you can have an awful lot of fun with it. So that's it. We'll be doing a lot of other videos, so check us out.